Come through here though.
Sorry?
You'll still come through here.
Showing in the party that you're in a multiplayer event for Japan. I'm not joking.
Good old Japan. You'll love to see it.
Yeah,
There's been a change to the program tonight. It's right. It says you're in Australia, so.
Oh my god. I'm not sure if you can blame Codemasters or blame Microsoft
I'm
for
gonna
that.
say Codemasters.
Oh, there we go. You're Italy. Now you're on Italy. There we go.
Oh dear. Should we get this going?
Great start.
But this is the pre-stream,
Yeah, let's
by
go.
the way. The pre-stream of us just mic checking and all that. Oh, right. I forgot what I was doing for a second there. Bosh. Well, there you have it. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Fair Play Racing League. Tonight, with the Tier 1s in Monza, Italy. And I am your host, as always, David Lowface. Joining me tonight is...
Cruiser 1872, and I'm at great risk because my controller batteries are on life support.
Yeah, I bet you wish that you had that excuse last night, eh? Certainly in the sprint race.
Yeah, definitely in a sprint, but recovered it in the main race.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm going to do my attempt at a TJ style intro here. So, ladies and gentlemen, Autodromo Nazionale di Monza, located, of course, in Italy, has a track length of 5.7 kilometres, 11 turns featuring 7 to the right and 4 to the left. Normally, race distance 53 laps, but tonight we're going to settle for a 27 lap feature race, or is it 26? I don't know. And of course, we are running the sprint format this week, so it's going to throw up a few exciting moments, at least hopefully. So, Cruiser, as a man who has raced this track already, what are your thoughts on your performance this season as opposed to last season?
Anyway, in towards an 18-minute qualifying session. Yeah, I'd rather. I'm not going to talk about it. It was. If I'm going to put it into one word or one term of phrase, it was dire.
Yeah.
It was dire, tragic. It wasn't good. So
At
put it
least
that
you
way.
never murdered anyone, unlike a certain other commentator we have.
Well,
Did you know, Cruiser, Monza was actually it dates all the way back to 1922, and it held the Italian Grand Prix in that year. Of course, the track has changed a lot since then. Of course, many of you will know we have the infamous banked corner that is no longer done. That sort of runs on the inside of the track. And, well, kind of thankfully we don't run that anymore. That thing was a death trap. And, yeah, that made the entire course around 10 kilometres, which is about 4.5 kilometres longer than it is today. I believe 5.5 5.7, sorry, as I said earlier, kilometres. But anyway, we're into Q1, and I don't have to waffle anymore because Fishy is a man on track, I believe, making his debut this week in FPRL. And yeah, he's put in a pretty good lap so far, Cruiser.
yeah, very committed around the Ascari chicane, a corner which is absolutely terrible on controller, at least from experience. As Ermine goes fastest on a 1:19.7, but Fishy, I think, is going to absolutely trounce this time. And actually, no, they're not. A 1:20.4. So despite that commitment around Ascari, they're around 7 tenths down on the Alpha Tauri, of course, at their home track this evening as Lizard King goes between the Red Bull and AlphaTauri on a 120.0. And of course, oh, there's a name we're used to seeing at the top. Object Fungus. Welcome back.
Yeah, has decided to hop out of his seat in the back room for this week. He will be racing, of course, no assists, as he committed to at the start of the season, and he's put a great start in with a 1:19.691, and that is less than a tenth in front of Ermine, who put in a very good lap himself. I was saying to my brother before we started, Cruiser, that my best time was a 1:19.9. And I said that the tier ones would be beating it by a second. And to be honest, at this rate, I don't think I will be far off. As looks like AMS Drive has pulled out of his lap and second lap, so probably invalidated, and now he's just warming up his tyres. Ads goes fastest in the Williams, a 1:19.6. Where was this pace last season? I think, to be fair, he probably wasn't here an awful lot of last season.
Yeah, well. But I'm just following a driver who's actually making their return, I think, to the lead. That being the Haas of Rob Kelly. And of course, I think he's adopted it's the fish face tactics here, running the fishy helmet up to the line though for the Haas, and it puts him into the top 10, so it puts him ninth. And of course, as well, while we were going over the format for the evening, David, whenever we run a sprint weekend, it's going to run a little bit different. It's going to be the one sole qualifying session. So after this 18-minute qualifying session, we'll go into our sprint race, in which the top 8 drivers will score points, and the results from the sprint will determine the grid for the main race to follow. So, it's like I've said quite a few times regarding sprint races, there's always that risk of losing everything while also gaining so much, of course. Gaining a good result in the sprint, as I think there's a certain Ferrari that's went wide up at the second chicane, and that might have been Dynamo Dan.
Yeah, I missed that one. We caught Splitter Flipper having a moment out of this corner here. But yeah, Dynamo Dan 4/10 down so far this lap, so I suspect he has pulled out, and he has. So yeah, it's
Ooh,
big thank you to Gary in the chat, who's resubscribed. Thank you very much. It's your 4-month streak, so thank you very much.
hey, up the Gaza. I'm not gonna say his new nickname because I'm gonna be nice.
Oh, I'm not.
Nudge, nudge. Yeah, nudge, nudge. That was a little bit of an incentive for you to say it there, I think,
Yeah.
but we'll go with it. Anyway, Raza on a cool down lap, Dynamo Dan back in the pits, and looking like everyone has set their first lap in qualifying. We've got Livs who's invalidated as well, and I think Drepo actually at the bottom of the standings is on a flying lap, so the first of 2 DRS zones just going out of the second of the Lesmo corners. I'm not going to say its other name, as I think Splitters had more problems in between the Lesmo corners, but Drepo threw a Strari and at least a set of corners that's so difficult to nail, but it's so satisfying if you get it right. Staying far to the left before the final corner, and it's the famous Parabolica corner. You've got the Tifosi at least cheering on the Ferraris, but Aston Martin giving it its all, getting a slight slipstream there from the Mercedes about to start their lap. And I believe that's Lizzie King starting his lap as Drepo finishes and goes up into P5. So a good result and at least a good position so far for one of the Aston Martin drivers.
Yeah, Drepo definitely could have been faster there, but had a rather massive moment in the Parabolica. And, well, that's... it's... I don't think he'll be too worried. You know, obviously we've got plenty of time to go in this session. So, yeah, plenty of time for another 1 or 2 runs. And, yeah, following Lizard King on on his lap. It's not his lap anymore.
He likes the doors.
Go on then.
He's a kid.
Lizard King. Oh, right.
Oh, Lizard King.
Yeah, that was not fun. Apparently, Lizard King is a reference to
Jim Morrison.
Jim Morrison from The Doors. I don't know about that. I think he's about 16 years old, but I mean, he might be. It might be.
I've never heard of it.
No,
Never heard of it.
yeah,
I'm definitely too young for that one.
yeah. Well, this is coming from a guy who's got a tattoo of the outline of Jim Morrison on the back of one of his legs. So, fair enough. Yeah, that's true. He's 35 and he's too young for The Doors. Ermine goes fastest then in the AlphaTauri and looking to have a good Monza race tonight, unlike their Tier 3 counterparts last night, which didn't go particularly well. Yeah, Remaster had a bit of a shocker, and I don't think Croskery fared particularly well either. And yeah, less said about that, the better. Ugh. Excuse me a second. Oh. Ah. I've frauded myself, Cruiser.
As I think David is away from his headset for just a few moments, and there you go, he's arrived, and AMS Drive has arrived on the scene now, a 1:19.3. So David, that prediction you said about 1 second faster than your time trial, they're already halfway there.
Yeah, and of course I did fraud myself there. I muted the game audio rather than my microphone, so everyone heard me cough a good one.
Nice.
And yeah, Drobel dropping it out of Ascari. That's big news for the Mercedes man. Who are we thinking is on a lap at the moment? Ellisoff is a 10th up, and Sam putting a good lap to get him into P5. Let's have a look at Ellis's split. There you go, 2 tenths up through sector 2, very careful on the throttle through Ascari and keeps it clean. So, coming up to Parabolica now, down into 5th gear, short shift into 6th as he puts his foot down to come around the final corner and up to the line. And there you go, P3.
Ooh.
Great lap from Ellisoff.
Very strong lap there from Ellis as we got more yellow flags down the run towards Parabolica. It was like in a Ferrari of, I think, that is Dynamo Dan. No, actually it is Dynamo Dan. Just sent himself up for his lap as Rob Kelly improves up to 11th in the timing boards. Got Fishy about to complete their lap, but I'm not sure if it'll be much of an improvement. I think they ran out of fuel actually, and they've lost time. Still down in 16th place is the Red Bull driver as the time ticks down just under 5 minutes to go. So Fishy will have to hurry back to the pits, get a bit more fuel in, and can go for that final run. As I'm looking here, Livs has invalidated as soon as I went over. Nice. And I'm not going to say anything on that.
P10.
We got Drepo. Flipper goes P10 and Drepo now puts his name in the mix.
Yeah, I said I knew he wouldn't panic too much, and that is exactly why. He's gone 400ths faster than AMS Drive, and at the moment, with just a few minutes to go, finds himself at the top and on pole for the sprint qualifying. Let's see if his teammate can make some moves. He's currently at the back of the grid, making it a very big Aston Martin sandwich here in the field. He comes into the pits, never mind. Who's on a lap? Is anyone on a lap?
I don't think so. I think everyone's just in the pits,
Well, everyone's
getting a change of tyres. Oh, well, okay. Well, calm before the storm, David.
Yeah.
His final 2.5 minutes are going to be absolutely hectic.
You're lucky to have found out it's 2.5 minutes, because some people have run out of fuel. This constant yellow flags, and yeah, unfortunately I can't see shit.
And I think Splitter Flipper's actually heard you and is going to really heat up those rear tyres and is actually going to have the track to himself and go, I think, for his final run here. So hopefully it's third time lucky here for the McLaren driver.
Yeah, spinning up the rears once again just before and getting a little bit on the grass, but that won't matter too much as he comes down now into turn 1, the infamous Monza turn 1. Rides the curbs and gets a lot of oversteer on the exit, and that's it. He's pulled out of his lap, and yeah,
He's got to worry about his fuel now.
Yeah, there you go. Up into 8th at 130 mile an hour, and yeah, one thing on his mind: save the fuel, save the tyres, and go once more. Millsy is on his outlap. These tyres are brand new then, and currently just ahead of his Haas teammate of the night, that is Rob Kelly, who is also on his outlap, so interesting to see what happens between those two. Razza Gamer HD has started his flying lap then, what will be his final flying lap of the race. 1 minute 49 to go. If you're not out now, then you're going to really struggle, as I think that is Lizard King just coming out of the pits as we speak. He's going to hope that he doesn't have to let too many people by here so he can actually get a decent... Oh, Razza.
Oh.
That's what you get for being a Man City fan, to be honest.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, Razza, unfortunately, spinning it off the second set of chicanes, and it's not going to be ideal for the Alpine driver. We'll have a look now on board with Colin. Colin down in P15 at the moment. There's some ASMR for you, ladies and gentlemen, as a can is opened. And yeah, Colin down in P15 at the moment, and that's not going to be ideal for the race. Although maybe you'd rather be at the back than in the middle of the pack at Monza Turn 1. What say you, Cruiser?
Yeah. Well, at least from experience, it did help out, but it's going to be it's just going to be a car parking towards Turn 1. And I know I'm listening very, very fine right now. You can actually hear people screaming, say the famous line, courtesy of Mr. Colin, as he heads around the Parabolica. Razza retires in the pits. And I'm going to please everyone and say, I am not going to say what Colin did in Austria, but he's up to the line, and it's only 14th for C. Davies. So he's got a lot of work to do for the sprint. But anything he can put into the sprint, he can make up for in the race as well. As there's an Alpha Tauri off at the Ascari. Who is that? I think it's Ermine. It is Ermine on the final run. They're not going to improve as the checkered flag falls. Sam improves up to 5th. Rob Kelly goes 12th. And now we wait for the top 6. Who is going to seize pole away from Drepo if they can?
Dynamo Dan picks up 15th off Colin. As that Liv's coming across the line, an 8 tenths improvement, but not enough. I think that's a Williams coming into the pits.
Watch object. He's up on his time.
Oh, it's good enough for P3.
Oh, he's just missed it. That is so
Drepo.
fine as Drepo improves. So now it's over to AMS Drive and Ellisov. Who can take pole away from Drepo? It's Ellisov who's down in their time. So it's all on
Oh,
AMS Drive.
drives
He's down as
validated.
well and invalidated. That's going to be game over. And Drepo, a very happy man here at Monza, as Millsy's made a mistake where Ellisov did as well.
Lizard King up
And
to
Lizard King
P7.
up to 7th.
Great lap. Millsy spun.
It's a very good
Oh,
lap.
it's all going off towards the end. Yeah.
And that is qualifying over with. And Drepo takes pole here in Monza with Ads in second, AMS Driver in third, and Object Fungus on their return proves they haven't lost it, up in fourth for the Alfa Romeo team. And David, I'm going to leave for just a few moments as I'm going to go on a battery hunt because I am in dire situation.
Fair enough. So, yeah, Drepo showing his early season pace once again, and he's going to take the pole position in tonight's short qualifying session. And from Ads in P2, Ads, of course, who had a fantastic start to the season. AMS Drive, he's going to be a little bit disappointed with P3, but all the same, it shows that he has improved since the start of the season. P4 is, well, it's probably the lowest Object Fungus has qualified in a very long time. He is a P4 in the Alfa Romeo tonight. Ellisov in P5. Sam Geno putting in a solid lap to get himself P6. And Lizard King again doing fantastically to get himself into P7. P8 is going to be Ermine tonight in the other AlphaTauri. Drobel only starts P9 after frauding himself into the wall after Ascari. Rounding out the top 10 is Jock.
Absolutely.
Oh, right, okay, fair enough. I've been handed Stone Cold Steve Austin's Broken Skull lager.
Great pick.
It is very drinkable, to be fair. I thought my game catcher died for a second. So yeah, Colin in the mud. Only getting himself P. Is that P15? Shocking. Shocking, shocking, shocking. Ugh, right.
Oh, it's going to be a long night.
Yeah, he's back. Not too long before the start, but yes, as TJ points out, it is time to hydrate, and this is a reminder to every one of you at home. Maybe you're sitting waiting for the host to ready up. Maybe you're just watching for funsies. Make sure you stay hydrated, be it water or something a little stronger. It's very important, so do that.
Wise words from Mr. Lowface.
And I have indeed hydrated.
And I'm just gonna wonder, is the T-pose and mechanics going to return in the new F1 game? Is this going to be in the game from launch? That's what I want to know.
I sincerely hope so. Absolutely. It's my favourite part of this wait before the race. It's,
I think it sets the mood. It sets the whole mood for the actual game itself,
Yeah.
where they can't even get pit lane animations correct. And also, have you noticed? Look at the Mercedes underneath Drobel's pit garage. The tires are actually inside the little cupboards.
I don't think that's just the tyres, you know. Is that a car?
Oh my! It actually wouldn't surprise me, to be honest. It genuinely wouldn't shock me if they've actually somehow mullered it that bad.
Oh dear.
I mean, hey, well, at least the stewards are animated correctly, so he's got something right.
But yeah, the commentator's also very animated, as we always are.
Yeah. And this is our campaign for Twitch to add subtitles to any Scottish person on a microphone. Because half the time people don't understand a bloody thing I'm saying. But the countdown has begun, and we get ready for a 9 lap sprint around Monza.
Yeah, 15 seconds to go to the sprint. Of course, we do run a formation lap on both the sprint race and the feature race. So I think we'll save the grid rundown for the full race. And what do we do in this one? I don't know. We'll talk about, maybe we'll talk about tyre strategy, as we can
Ah,
now say
yes.
that, if I put the right thing on.
And
Oh, well,
they're all
okay.
the same.
Okay then, let's not talk about tyre
I think
strategy.
I think that's wise, considering how my sprint went. Started in the softs, and yeah, I had a puncture on the final lap.
Tyres go pop, and that
Yeah,
is not
yeah,
good.
it's not the first time I've had a puncture. It's not the first time I've had a puncture in this game, so there we go.
Yeah. So 9 laps is the formation. Is the 9 laps is the sprint race. And
There we go. English is difficult.
learn to England. Right.
Oh my.
Okay. So we're getting a prediction in the chat. I'm not going to repeat it. Feel free to if you want, Cruiser, but I am not having that on me over my head in case it happens.
I'm gonna be honest, I've not even got the Twitch stream up right now, purely because I'm gonna say something that's gonna stem into the race.
Well,
That's the only reason.
yeah, TJ has some select words about what's going to happen into turn one. But anyway, my prediction.
Does it does it involve 7 DNFs and an early safety
No,
car?
it involves a certain championship leader going into last year's champion somehow, despite
Oh.
being in front. Or he's going to take out last year's champion. Anyway, moving on.
Anyway,
We are getting ready to go then at the end of the formation lap. At least we would be if Razagamer wasn't a year away from the front, although that's not really his fault.
I think he's adopted the Scotsman formation lap tactics.
Yeah. Heavy braking then to warm them up, and yeah, just going to pull up to his grid slot now. We'll see if anyone gets himself disqualified. Ellisov
There
gets
you
himself
go.
disqualified. There's Razagamer.
Also, Dreadful's very far from their grid line. At least looking there for between ads, and especially MS Drive, Dreadful could be in trouble in towards turn one.
Yeah, of course we'll never find out because the camera angles are shit. So let's take. Guess who was the host as AMS Drive gets a fantastic launch away. Now coming into turn one, they're going 3 wide, but they're good enough to do it.
Careful. Oh, he's went wide. He's outbraked himself.
Yeah.
He's
Drive.
got 5 seconds. That's not ideal. As we got actually everyone's relatively tame. I'm surprised by that, but anyway.
What I'm not
CMS
surprised
Drive
by
leading the way.
is Colin at the back of the grid. Shocking.
Ah,
Yeah. So
permission to say the line. Permission to say the line.
oh, go on then.
Oh no, he's not last. He's not last.
He's not last.
He's second to last.
Yeah. You could say from 5 seconds ago, he's a changed man.
Hey, there you go.
So
Nice.
a few drivers having a bit of a mare as Razagamer has found himself with a 5-second penalty as well. These are not good penalties to get.
And look at this field split too. The gap between Lizard King and Splitter is already 2 seconds. There's been a massive car park somewhere. And even at that, the top 8 store points here. So Splitter, Livs, Millsy making the move on Fishy. These guys really have to just not fight and try and reel in the guys in front. As Lizard King, I think, sized up a move here on Sam and towards turn 1. But I think Sam using that ERS battery is just a bit too far in front. As Ads has a 0.3 of a second lead over Drepo. AMS driver in third on a 5-second penalty, and that is really going to haunt the Alpine driver towards the end. And as well with Monza, it's a DRS train, so fish sticks will be loving this track on Sunday. I'm sure you'll know.
Yeah, all aboard the fish train, although for the moment it will be all aboard the ads train. We'll see how long he can keep Drepo and drive behind. Elisov doing very well to keep on the back of these guys as well. He'll want to be in with a shout come the end of the race for a podium. So watching Elisov go for a Ascari there, I think he could very well have got a warning on the inside there. If not, it was very close. But no mistakes so far from Tier 1, which is what we love to see. A couple of 5-second penalties. A little bit unjust if you ask me, but never mind. Certainly AMS drives, he already lost plenty of time and 2 positions. But the game slapped him with a 5-second anyway.
We love F1, we love it. And just looking here, that gap's still 2.2 between Lizard King and Splitter Flipper, but I think AMS Drive went deep in towards turn 1, and Elisov, who's under pressure, I'd say rather increasing pressure from Object Fungus, is now got the sights of the Alpine in front of them, looking in towards turn 4 and turn 5. AMS Drive has that covered in. Ellis a massive snap, and Object said thank you very much, I'll take 4th, and Ermine gets by their teammate, and Sam looking for the move, and he's just not gonna get there in time around the Lesmos, and Elisov down 2 places in a matter of like 20 metres.
Yeah, and he'll need to forget about that for now and worry about it after the race right now.
Sam, oh no. Squid done this to me in Tier 3, and Sam's done it to Ellis in Tier 1. What a move that is, and Ellis has compounded his misery on this lap.
Yeah, that's a 3-second time penalty for the AlphaTauri driver, and he will join Drive and Razagamer on penalties this evening. And Elisov is going backwards, although he is going to go potentially for the cutback, or he's probably going to come into the pits. No. Ooh, that was close between Elisov and Lizard King. But yeah, really not a good lap there for Elisov. As Livs puts in the fastest lap of the race, currently in P9. He's just got past Splitter Flipper. Let's have a look to see if he can be the man to challenge to get into the points. The gap, 2.3 seconds still. And, well, we'll see. We'll keep an eye on that gap when it comes, but at the moment Elisov of course in P8.
Oh, it's contact! Lizard King hit Sam!
And Sam's round as well.
Lizard King braked too late and he's tagged Sam. Oh, Sam. That's unlucky.
Yeah, Livs has found himself on the wrong end as well. How the hell did Sam get a drive through?
As well, no, I don't know, but Livs, he was up 7 places at the start of this race, up to 9th place, falling in the points, and now he's going to be in P17, absolutely nowhere. But this fight here for P11 really starting to heat up here between Rob, Fishy, Raza, C. Davies, and Dynamo Dan getting involved here as Holland was very wide and he takes out the marker board and loses his front wing in the process, so that might answer why. As Raza's left the session, I'll get them back.
Thank you, Cruiser. And oh, what's happened there? Ads gets overtaken for the lead by Drepo. As Sam's pulled into the pits and got himself a 5-second penalty, and that would not be ideal. It's gonna.
I think that's game over for Sam.
Yeah. Oh, Colin's out.
And
Colin is.
C. Davies.
Retired.
He's in the pits. He's gave up as well. Both the Ferraris in major trouble here in the sprint. Down the back of the field, and Drob was going to get by the pair of them, I think. So Ferrari have it all to do here at Tifosi's own. But Drepo still leading the way. Well, actually, tell a lie. Actually took the lead. Ad's now in second, and the top 4 here starting to streak away from Ermine.
Yep, Ermine unable to keep pace with these guys towards the front. We are on lap 5 of 9 here in Monza, and well, it's spreading out just a little bit. Maybe that DRS train not as big as we thought as the yellows are out.
Oh, Raza, he's gone.
I swear, has he even rejoined?
Yeah, he did. He joined back.
Oh dear.
Just thought there, but that's not going to do him any favours. But a small blessing. He's not that much of a gap between himself and Drobel. He's only going to be down in fourth. I say only down in 14th, but running up in the fringes of the top 10. That's still a costly mistake there for the Alpine driver. As we're going to look through, Liv's trying to make a bit of a redemption drive here, salvage what they can, and they've made the move on Jock in towards turn 1. And the Aston Martin sees off the Williams and is up now into 12th as Razza's retired in the pit lane. Sam's going to go back in the pit lane, and I think that's just I think that is for their drive. I say drive through. It's a bit of a costly penalty, but it really wouldn't do much anyway. I put him down to the back of the field. But I think the action now up at the front is Drepo, only 3/10 clear of ads. And if you don't mind, I'm actually going to look at the warnings here because
don't do it.
Actually,
your game will crash. Your game will crash.
Yeah. How about them? Well, there you go.
Sprint race. So you can view it, but you can not back out.
Oh, it was driving the inside.
Oh, it's tight. It's tight through Parabolica.
That is great respect from the pair of them. That really is.
Yeah.
And now the drag race. Who's going to get to us turn 1?
Ads is not using ERS. AMS Drive is, but he's going to be there on the inside. Is he going to go around the outside into turn 2?
There.
Yeah, Drive, I think, had a tyre on the curb, so could not get the purchase on the exit that Ads got. And, wow. So, interestingly there, Ads was getting the slipstream off Drepo in front. And that meant that he was able to keep up with that, even with AMS Drive next to him deploying all the ERS in the world, and that has left Drive with just 17% now as we come through the Lesmos and down this back straight. DRS wide open, and Object Fungus still right behind, and you can't count him out yet with just over 2 laps to go in this race.
Starting to get a few mini battles. I say mini battles. They're starting to escalate very quickly. I think Drepo's going to be under massive trouble down the pit straight, and this fight here for P5 really starting to heat up. Lizard King right up the back of Bearmine, but I think we're going to focus on this lead group here for just a moment. As Drepo, he has enough to defend here. I think his ERS is keeping him ahead here as Ads gets within 3/10, goes a bit deep going towards turn 1. Not going to make the move there as Lizard King around the outside of Ermine and gets up into 5th. And with AMS Drive's penalty, actually look at the leader graphic, it's a 5-second penalty for AMS Drive, and that will currently put him down in 6th. He's got 3/10 to make up to Ermine and around 8/10 to make up to Lizard King, but Lizard King absolutely flying round here so far.
Yeah, a little bit of a battle going on then for P11, and that is Liv's getting past Fishy, but they're going to continue the battle coming into turn 4, and Fishy gets the place back. Good overtake, good respect from both of these drivers as Sam has carried on. He's put himself in a top lap time. I missed what it is. It's a 120.2 from Geno. So good effort from the man in the Ferrari seat tonight. But we're going to stay with Livs. Livs going up the inside into Ascari. But around the outside comes Fishy. And he's held it. What a move that is. Livs going to have another go down this second straight. And he gets past coming into Parabolica. Is he going to make a mistake on the exit? We are the leaders now on lap 9. The slipstream.
This is going to be a great fight here to the end.
Yeah. As you can see, no change up at the front on this last lap. It looks much the same as Fishy Keeps his car in the lead so far. There's just one more DRS straight. He's running low on ERS, but so is Libs. The DRS may very well be the difference. But Jock, right behind, is on 30% ERS, so he could have a real big chance at picking up P11 today. Meanwhile, we're coming through Ascari for the last time in this sprint race. AMS Drive trails behind Ads, behind Drepo, and as Drepo comes into Parabolica, it's evident no one's going to be able to catch him. So around he comes for the last time in the sprint race. Drepo takes the win in the sprint race, and there you go. Fishy picks up a 3-second time penalty.
Oh, an AMS Drive just held on to fourth.
Yeah, there you have it. 37 thousandths of a second. And, well, that is, let's call it lucky, shall we? Because, yeah, lucky.
Oh, and he goes for free wide at the line here. Livs beat Fishy, beat Jock, but the penalty for Fishy puts him behind the Williams.
Yeah.
But I think the closing stages to this
Oh
sprint
my God,
race,
look at
where
AIs.
yeah, they're still fighting. They're still fighting on track.
It's like
But I
Alonso
tell you what,
and Max.
David. I tell you what. At the end of that sprint race, we are in for a very entertaining race here at Monza. We've got fights all over the field, and both the Astons looking rapid here, albeit Liv's very unfortunate getting into that collision with Sam. But Drepo takes the max haul in the sprint and gives himself, say, the best chance in towards turn one. But AMS Drive, we've seen the launch that he had into the first corner, but he's got to pick out his braking point a little bit better.
Yeah, but a name we haven't mentioned enough, as Monkey Boy has mentioned it in the chat. The man taking P3 back on the podium, at least for the sprint race tonight. Object Fungus. Yeah. And albeit not on track, he got it through. AMS Drive's penalty. However, still great solid effort from him tonight. I assume not running any assists. So yeah, what happened to Drobal?
Well,
asks Tiddlewink. Drobal had an incident on lap 1, and Drobal didn't really get going after that, unfortunately. So he's finished P14. It's a shit position for the race, to be honest.
well, I mean, at least personally, I got fifth from 13th place, but that was helped out with the weather, which seems very, very sunny. So I don't know if it's going to be a sudden rain shower to the end, but I'm all for it. Bring on the late drama. And as well, a few drivers actually we didn't really mention too much in that race. Flipper picking up, I think it was eighth place, or he picked up P9, and actually not. I think it was. Oh, there we go. I'm in the pause menu. Hold on. And yep, it was Millsy who picked up eighth, and Splitter picking up P7. Both of them were outside the top 10 for the sprint race. So good recovery for them. Ellisov has a lot of work to do, but we know what they can do from qualifying. And Rob Kelly actually had a decent race as well, up in the top 10. And at least for this race, the top 10 will store points. So still all to play for, as I think the strategies are beginning to get set. Right, great. My game's glitched, lovely. I'm getting the results.
I did say don't go in the race director menu.
Well, see, I wanted to prove if you were lying. Turns out you're not lying.
No.
Look, I only play this game once a week. Okay?
The important
I'm
thing
not meant
is,
to know. The important thing is that I've been shown up by David Lawface.
No, the important thing is you leave now so I can invite you back in, so you can get back in before the race starts. You have to dashboard.
Lovely. Yeah, I've dashboarded. This game can fuck off. Bring on F123 where we get double the glitches in this game, please.
Yeah. That reminds me. Better put the party on invite only.
Yeah, I'm sure we've not had an introduction from Nigel Piddle yet.
No. Oh,
That is a tradition, though, isn't it? Whenever you're on commentary, Nigel joins the party and immediately leaves. That seems to be the running
he
joke.
does like that. It's almost as good as the joke where Ali Ferrari sends me a message at the end after he's got a podium. Oh dear. Um, apparently, I've got something to watch after the race. I won't show
Oh
it on
God.
screen because I can't show videos on stream without it
Oh,
lagging. But yes, there's. I'm sure something will go out on our socials later. Of course, if you're not following us, the tweet is the tweeter is at FairPlayRL. Instagram is, I believe, FP Racing League, and of course we are present on Facebook as Fair Play Racing League. Oh, right, we're getting ready to go. I think. Who's complaining in the comms chat? Of course, it's Gary.
oh, I'd like to buy fucked up mate for 500, please.
Your name does not. Your name. Your mic will be fine because
Oh, thank goodness.
it
You
only
know,
tends to happen when we stream through the Xbox rather than through Streamlabs. But anyway,
oh, nice.
let's go through the grid tonight. I'm going to take the back nine, and Cruiser, if you wouldn't mind taking the front when we get there. So tonight, for the feature race, let's get those tyre graphics up, as it seems very one-sided on track. We've got Colin in P18 in the Alfa Romeo. He is, well, let's put it this way, if I don't mention what tyre they're on hards. So anyway, in P17, the first Alpine, or as a gamer HD, frauded himself in the sprint race, and he starts from P17. He'll have a good battle with Colin off the line. Next is both Ferraris, whatever. So Sam having a bit of a mare in the sprint race. Dynamo Dan in P15 didn't have a great one either. P14, well out of position, is Drobel, and in P13 is the first Red Bull, and that is Fishy on his debut. Jock is in
Oh,
P12 as we see lag happening in real time. Jock in P12 lives in P11, and P10 last for me tonight is Rob Kelly. Take it away, Cruz. Oh dear.
oh, Millsy.
Oh dear. Ellis off in the wall.
Did we count that as a track reset? That's on formation lap?
Probably not.
No, anyway. Ellis up in ninth on a set of hard compound tyres. Millsy in P8. We've got Flipper in P7. Ermine in P6 for the Alpha Tauri team. P5 and P4 on a set of medium tyres, that being Lizard King and AMS Drive. P3 is Object Fungus, last season's Tier 1 champion making their return, and back in familiar territory, it must be said. And on our front row this evening, it is the Williams of Ads, and taking pole is the Aston Martin of Drepo.
Yeah, he's going to try and channel his inner Fernando Alonso tonight to keep that Aston Martin as far up as possible. We've had a couple of DSQs. Of course, Jock going for a spin, and Drobel in turn missing his grid spot, but the lights go out now. Away they go for the feature race tonight.
And the AMS Drive had host advantage.
Yeah, there you go. Host advantage for AMS Drive coming into turn one. We're going to look
careful,
backwards.
everyone.
Brake lockups, and it looks like they just about all got around fine.
Oh, no. No,
not?
no,
Oh,
flipper.
splitter. Oh, splitter. That's not ideal. Millsy has left the session. He's in P10, so hopefully he can get back in very quickly. Currently in the points-paying positions, but there's plenty of moves going on here in the midfield. Object Fungus making up for what seems to be a poor start.
Oh, it's Drobel's round.
Oh, Drobel. Noble Drobel.
It's on the sausage curve. He lost it. He went wide because we think he was forced off. He had to take the escape road. And the sausage curb claims the Mercedes, chewed him up and spat him out, and it spat him out at the back of the pack. And Drobel's recovery drive just got a whole lot more difficult.
Yeah, there he is down in P18. I don't know if he's got damage or not. There might be a few drivers out here with damage thus far, and that will really scupper. Excuse me, it will really scupper the plans of a lot of these drivers. I think we're going to see Livs peel in. No, just taking a very tight line coming through Parabolica there. Of course, probably aided by his softer compound tyres. Thank you, Fish Sticks, for coming online midway through the stream. I don't want to put myself onto Do Not Disturb at this point. Millsy then is getting past Sam, who is now having a look back at him. He's going to go around the outside of Cur Grande, and he's going to have the inside now for turn 4, and he takes the position. Millsy is back in the sesh, so good to hear that. Where's the fights? Where's the fights, Cruiser? Looks like Dynamo Dan on the back of Colin, but a lot of understeer going through Lesmo too. And I don't know if that's been damaged.
That was great there.
Yeah, Colin and Millsy going side by side. Millsy very slow into Ascari.
Oh no, Dan in the end. You're never going to get by there, Dan.
Yeah, it was in an awkward position, was the Ferrari, but Millsy, unless he pulled out completely and let him past, there was no way he was giving up that position there, as Ads puts in the fastest lap of the race. He's in P2. Drive has not pulled away as DRS is enabled.
Out.
Oh, Drobel. And that is, of course, a virtual safety car.
Yeah, VSC.
So
that's going to help AMS drive here, I think.
Yeah, so the race is neutralised while the non-existent stewards clean up the track, and it looks like they've done it. Let's have a look to see if we can see any car bits. I didn't see any, so maybe a relatively clean operation there. But yes, we are still under virtual safety car. Millsy has left again.
Millsy.
What is Millsy playing at?
3 straights and you're out, Millsy. You got one more after this.
And there you go. We are racing again. AMS Drive getting a fantastic launch off that VSC. He saved up the Delta and is beyond the 1 second time gap as we went green. And Ads is now going to struggle to get back into that DRS zone, and the detection point there was just before Parabolica, and I think he might just have it.
Yeah, I think he did. He was 0.9, and yeah, he got it. But I tell you what, Dreppelbin has got absolutely napping there at the safety car restart, and Lizard King has pounced at that and has now found himself up into the podium places, and these two have actually really caught out Object Fungus, now down in 5th, and is starting to tow along a very good train of cars, which Ellisov and Fishy are now starting to fight after allowing Sam and C. Davies to catch up a little bit, and Ellisov gets by Fishy, but he's going to lose out here to Livs if he doesn't get back within the DRS window.
Yeah, side by side then for Colin and Dynamo Dan into turn 4.
Brave.
These two trading positions. Colin's gone deep. Oh, he's nearly lost the rear end. He catches it, but he's lost a couple of positions down into P14. The yellows are out. What's happened here?
Lizard King! It's Lizard King! He's gone wide! He's round!
Oh, this is not ideal. Oh,
come on!
what is this game?
What is he meant to do?
This game is absolutely shit. And we haven't even got a safety car. But anyway, we go on, we move, as the Colin would say.
You beat me to the punch there, David. You beat me to the punch.
Yeah.
That's...
no, ads.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. And I'm not sure if Tidgeon was joking with his comment regarding Drobo there, but... Yeah, I don't know if that was before or after his DNF. Probably before it, as Ermine gets by Rob up into 5th. And Liv's now right behind the Haas, as he's doing I think this is a bit of a signature trick here, with Liv's around the outside of Curva Grande, but he's going to look to the inside, and bang wheels in the touch! Rob bangs into the Armco, he loses a bit of his front wing, I'm sure. If he hasn't, I'll never know how, but Liv's very antsy behind the back of the Haas, and now Ellisov through the pair of them! What a move that is, but he's just held it. Ellisov, what a move that was.
Yeah, fantastic opportunism from the AlphaTauri driver. Livs won't be too happy, but that was almost of his own making, as he didn't really have the space to go up the inside at Curve Grande. And yeah, well, he's paying the price as he now is behind Ellisov in P7 at the moment. So on lap 5 of 27, Livs is still just behind. He's going to brake early, take a shallower line, and maybe try to get on the power sooner. But Ellisov getting a good drive out of Parabolica. I don't know how much it's going to help him though. The straight line speed and the DRS from Livs as Rob Kelly retires in the pits. Gone up the inside as Livs. They're 2 by 2. There's 3 of them fighting.
And he's...
Oh
my goodness, this is brilliant racing.
Fantastic stuff from the Tier 1s tonight. Millsy unfortunately leaves the session once again. This is your 3rd and final chance. No rejoins. His teammate has retired in the pits. Splitter Flipper half a lap behind as Ellisov has gone round. He's been collected by Fishy. Oh dear, any damage?
Just avoids it.
Damage to Fishy. If he's got away with that.
That's an illegal overtake for Dynamo Dan, by the way.
Yeah, he gave it back, but I think Ellisov actually just repays the favour and lets him buy into Ascari. Not quite sure what happened there. You're much better at following the action than I am.
That's completely ruined their race, though. It's 2.6 now between the Ferrari, so we're actually on some recovery drive here, it must be said. Both of them started at the foot of the field, now up into the top 10. But Fishy and Ellisov coming together at the first of the Lesmo corners, and now Sam really starting to reel in that Red Bull. He's got no battery. Sam using his DRS, using the DRS, late braking, but he's not close enough in towards turn 1. But Fishy has to recharge that battery, and at least the only advantage he'll have is that he does have the DRS to Livs, albeit he's just within that detection window, as Ellisov around the outside of Curva Grande against Dynamo Dan, and actually kind of repays Dan there for giving the place back, and Ellisov back up into 9th as Flipper at the back of the field gets a bit of a consolation prize there, it must be said. But as well, we've been focusing a lot in the midfield here. The gap, well, we focus on the front as well. AMS Drive romping clear so far, 3.4 seconds ahead of Ads, and Drepo's starting to reel in the Williams now, as Sam gets his man in towards Ascari, does he? He just got him. So we were completely distracted there by the front.
Oh, there's a spinner, Livs! Oh.
That must have been very, very scary for Fishy and Sam.
Yeah, we saw it sort of from the offset T camera for Fishy, managing to dive out of the way, and Livs apparently no damage, so he's going to stay out at the moment, but he's going to hope that his tyres have cooled down by the time we get into turn 1 and 2. Dynamo Dan not quite close enough to Ellisov. Let's hop forward. To be fair to Dynamo Dan, he's having a good race. He's pulled away from Colin after overtaking him, and Colin is not having the best day. I think it's fair to say. Let's have a look as Drapeau teetering on the edge of DRS at the front to add to Split Flipper once again goes purple. And yeah, he's really going to need a safety car to get himself back in this race. As Drapeau pulls a bit of time in as he had DRS coming into Ascari, and now pulls a little bit more in, and he's might be just within range to get a little bit of slipstream, or he might have greater straight line speed, but we'll keep an eye on that gap. Meanwhile, this is the battle going on for P8. As it is, it's going all the way down to Colin. One big DRS train. And let's see who can make the first move. It looks like nothing's going to happen this lap. Dynamo Dan just a little bit too far back from Ellis. Maybe they're thinking that don't need to bother. Just, you know, they are on the harder compound tyres. They need to continue the good pace that they're on, and yeah, the race will come to them later on. You never know. I might not be chatting shit for once. Coming out of turn 5 then, Jock got a lot closer to Dynamo Dan. However, has sort of pulled away. He looks like he's lagging a little bit. Might just be me. Might indeed just be me, but lives. Now, in P11, he's got 8 lap old mediums, and those will be getting towards the state where they're a little bit used, and I don't think we're too far away from the switchover between which tyre compound will be faster.
Here comes Dreffel.
Yeah, into turn 1, Ads is not going to fight it, and I think these guys know they've got to work together in order to maintain the pace and keep. Yeah, they've got to keep AMS Drive as close as possible. Ellisoff getting past into turn 1 by Fishy, not Dynamo Dan. He gets past by Fishy on the exit.
But Ellis is the ERS.
As maybe he's going to have a look into turn 4, but Fishy defends to the inside, and Dynamo Dan is not close enough to have a peek into that second chicane. Now through the Lesmos, you can see that Big Fishy's ERS light is flashing. He's just got 11%. It's a little bit more for Ellis, but they're both deploying down this back straight. The DRS is the difference. He defends to the inside, moves back over to the braking zone. It's close stuff from the tier 1s. What a race this is.
Absolutely brilliant midfield fight here as well, and now Dynamo Dan arriving on the scene, but the 3 in front have got combined less ERS than what Jock has down in 10th. And you mentioned a few laps ago here, David, as I think Ads thought about returning the favour on Dreffel, but he's just a bit too far back. The cutover point, at least in pit stops, from the medium tyres, I think it was around 13 laps, 14 laps for the medium compound tyres in last night's tier 3. It's Ellisoff getting by Fishy, breaks late, and now Fishy to try to return the favour, but now Dynamo Dan here, and this is where Jock's have the advantage with his ERS. He's not going to use it though, as Ads and Dreppo dove through, as there's been a collision in front. I think Dreppo's went round.
Oh, Dreppo, no!
I think him and Ads have come together.
And yeah, he's cruising through the Lesmos. He's got no front wing. Dreppo has no front wing.
Oh, disaster for Dreppo. And now his teammate Levs has actually been passed by Jock, and Dynamo Dan's lost out majorly in this fight here. Ellisoff kind of instigated all this, and Dynamo Dan has came off worse. Jock up to 9th, Levs up to 10th, and Dynamo Dan, he's stuck in this train. He just can't get by anyone, and if anything, he's losing ground to the field around him. It's AMS Drive. He's pulled the trigger. He's in the pits.
Yep, lap 10. lap 11, I should say, for AMS Drive. 11 laps on those mediums is going to put the hards on. And, well, that releases Ads into the lead, currently unchallenged, as Sam gets past Ermine. And currently, he's sitting in P3. So
Sam is absolutely flying right now, it really is. And also, MS Drive has actually emerged behind their teammate Raza, down in 12th. And that gap was 4.5 seconds between himself and Ads. And with the tyre warm-up, obviously in the hards, we'll see what that gap is after these pit stops. But if MS Drive can keep up with his teammate, he'll get a lovely slipstream to actually try and build that gap back up. So it's now Ads, Object, and Sam. He's really starting to work his way into this race here and could be on for a really strong result here.
yeah, and the reserve driver tonight in for... Oh, there's been yellows at turn 1.
Oh, it's Flipper. He's went round.
He's taken the escape
McLaren
road,
misery.
but you can see that he just didn't try and weave around the foam bollards at all. And
Could you bother, to be honest? Like, none of us do it in this game, honestly.
Yeah. And whatever he's done, he's got away without a penalty. So, fair play. Drepo then, he's on to the mediums. He's going to be... Oh, he's struggling so much. He's pushing as his teammate comes into the pits off the mediums onto the hards. Lap 13. The cutoff for that man. So let's keep an eye on AMS Drive. He's not yet caught up to his teammate yet. Of course, the tyre warm-up on the hards, horrendous. As Livs comes out of the pits, got to be careful not to cross that white line. Of course, you will get yourself a 5-second penalty, and he doesn't. He's now behind his teammate. So, on to the last sector of lap 13. It is Ads leading from Object Fungus. The gap 3 seconds. Sam Drepo 5.5 seconds back, but Ermine is keeping tabs. He's 0.6 behind. So let's see what happens there. Jock back in P6, who's raced very well, very sensibly. He's made the most of others' mistakes and battling, as there's another car in the pits, and that is Fishy. Fishy, who is doing well as well. We'll keep an eye on Jock as he goes past Ellisoff into P5 then for the Williams driver. What?
I was just saying under my breath, I said, oh, he just gets it stopped. I thought he went too deep there towards turn 1, but Jock now up to P5, but Ellis looking for the return in towards turn 4. I think they know better. They're going to sit back behind the Williams. And Jock and Sam on a very strong recovery drive, and as well, C. Davies, despite getting a penalty a few moments ago, up in 8th, and has now got AMS Drive behind him, as Raza doesn't make his teammates' life any more difficult. And now AMS Drive up to 9th, and we'll have a nice slipstream from C. Davies, who's now 3 seconds behind Dynamo Dan, who's really dropped off from the back of Ellisoff, who nearly ran into the back of Jock there through Ascari. But we're seeing both AlphaTauris here having their own little private battle, ironically enough.
Oh, Colin! Oh, Colin!
Oh.
He's frauded himself. The pressure from AMS Drive was too much. And
Don't say it. I'm not going to say it. Right, as we were, ladies and gentlemen. As we were, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, sorry. Ugh. It's not that you're boring me. It's not that the race is boring me. This is a wall-to-wall action. Almost, sometimes literally wall-to-wall. Ermine here on lap 15 is still hanging on to the back of Sam. Sam putting in, like we said earlier, a fantastic drive so far. That is something, as a Ferrari, the full-time Ferrari driver, I should not say. We don't want to tempt the gods But a little bit further back, off the back of Jock, is Ermine's teammate Elisov as Colin comes into pits. And he is going to be on the mediums till the end of the race. And, well, I don't think that will set him back too much. He might still be able to recover himself a half-decent drive today. Those mediums are probably a little bit earlier than he wanted to be. But the yellow flag was daring. Turn 1, I don't know why. But never mind, we move. Elisov coming through the Parabolica then as he's right behind Jock, and it's 1/10 and less than well there you have it.
Level pegging, and he's gone.
Like he wasn't even there. So Dynamo Dan is up next, and he will be hoping to get a little bit of revenge after Jock so unceremoniously got himself past, as might well have invited others to do so as well. We've got a new fastest lap of the race, and that is coming from Drepo in P11. He's on a charge, and he's set a 22 flat thus far, and well, that is main comms changing the wrong thing.
Oh, Colin.
Oh, Colin.
Ah, it's so went south for C. Davies. But anyway, actually look at the leader graphic here. MS Drive is just over 19 seconds behind Ads, who actually came into the pits. So the topic I was going to discuss seems to possibly found its answer. So has MS Drive done enough to get past Ads, who's just changing the tyres now, obviously, to a set of medium tyres? It's a slow pit stop, question mark. Don't know, you should never trust this game's animations. And there goes AMS Drive, and Ads is just leaving the pit lane. Is he going to beat Raza? It's going to be close. And Raza Gamer has actually got ahead of Ads.
He could very well be doing his teammate a solid right now then. The Alpine driver, of course the gap before the pit stop was around 5 seconds. And it looks like it's less of a gap now. However, AMS Drive does have his teammate to help him on the latter stages of this race. Colin's come in and put softs on.
Why not? Fastest lap, retire happy.
Yeah. So, P1. It's a familiar name. It's Object Fungus in the unfamiliar Alfa Romeo. The red car, but not the right red car. And he's now coming on to lap 27. We know he's good in his tyres. But there you go, he comes in anyway. Lap 16, lap 17, sorry, on those tyres. And
Sam's in too.
But Ermine carries on then on these hards. Is he going to try and take them maybe 1 or 2 more laps and go to the softs at the end?
Oh, triples went round again.
Oh, Drepo. And it looks like, yeah, he's just pushing too hard, is Drepo. I think I saw him before nearly lose it on the exit of Ascari. Does the man have damage? I don't know. Hopefully not. Hopefully he can still get himself back into this race. As there is a fight going up in front. That is Fishy. Gonna look. Oh, he does the switch. He goes up the inside into turn 1. He shows Livs the door and he gets the position. Wow. But on the exit,
there's a traction.
As they go side by side through curb ground, and there's touch.
No! What is going on?
And that is a heart in mouth moment for both drivers. Probably more so for Livs, as he nearly is collected by the inside barrier. And now he's got his teammate right behind him. Livs, what's the call? Well, I think Drepo's got the faster tyre at the moment. I'd say possibly let him go and see what damage he can do up above. He had a little peek into Ascari, but it's not going to happen as more people have pit from the front. Let's have a look. Keep an eye on the tyres. Irvine pits onto the mediums. Dynamo down onto the mediums, and also Jock onto the mediums then. So there you have it. There's the guys that have pitted. So Ads has got past Razagamer. Razagamer now the only runner to have not stopped yet. Could he be pitting onto the soft tyres for the end of this race? Dynamo Dan comes out in P9. Fishy is still fighting with Livs as they go side by side into turn 1.
Oh, these guys don't know when to stop.
He's got better traction than he did last lap on the exit, but they're still side by side into Curve Grande.
Oh my god.
And Millsy makes it 3 wide. Oh, come on, lads. This is not going to work.
Oh,
3 into 1 does not go.
Wow.
Great fighting as they're still going. Livs is up against... who is that?
No,
that is
he's not
Millsy
gonna
on his outside. On the medium tyres. He's going to try the cutback on the exit. Colin, what are you doing, laddie? You've got a 5 seconds.
Oh, he's out.
So...
And then Millsy around the outside. He's going to run into the back if Fishy is not careful. He's going to try to get the fade of them in towards the Scary. He's gone deep. Fishy survives that attack and Millsy gets by Livs, and now Drepo's on the scene. What is going on?
Drepo getting past his teammate. Could he get past Millsy then? Into Parabolica. No, it looks like he's going to stay behind. He's on slightly more worn medium tyres, but I don't think that will stop him from trying to go to the end of this race.
Oh no, Colin's car's on track. This is going to be tears.
Oh god, oh god. Yellow flag, yellow flag.
Oh,
BSC,
no,
BSC,
no,
BSC,
no, no,
BSC.
no, no. Oh my god, it's been ruined.
Oh, thankfully there's no penalties there. Jesus Christ. Penalty for Colin. Fishy has lost out big time.
Oh no, that is so unfortunate.
Colin, you had one job.
Oh, Millsy's hit problems, I think. He's hit problems.
What is the problem that he has hit? Has he got wing damage?
No, he gave up all the places he had. Like,
I
honestly, I don't know.
That could very well have been a sportsmanship thing. Maybe.
No.
I'm gonna assume it's a sportsmanship thing, but no such.
Anyway.
From there's a spinner. It's Drepo.
Oh no! Oh!
Millsy has collected
Safety
Drepo.
car, safety car. Keep the delta positive. Well.
Keep the delta positive. What the
Late
fuck
drama
accent
here.
was that? Oh, late drama. Lap 21. Who's coming in the pits? Livs is in the pits. It looks like...
Hold on. On another note here, I'd actually caught up to the back of AMS Drive. He gained 4 seconds in around 6 laps. I should tell, I know he gained 4 seconds in as many laps.
Oh dear.
Well,
this could be...
how's your bottle, lads?
This could be an interesting finale. Unfortunately, Cruiser, I don't have a picture for you yet. I'll try and get one done for next week. It doesn't have to be a picture of you. It's going to be a picture that represents you. So,
you better choose one,
suggestions can go to my inbox, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. Yeah, you already know it's going to be like a bottle of Iron Brew or something, I just know it. Anyway, AMS Drive and Ads, I think it's going to be a case of opposites. Drive pits.
Oh, no, they're both in.
But Ads pits too. Object Fungus, he's and Raza. This has actually really helped Raza Gamer.
He hasn't pit yet. He is legitimately in P4. Of course, he is going to be double stacking with his teammate, but he is out of the way and hopefully doesn't get held by anything more than...
This is going to really hurt Ellis.
It's a front wing change for Raza.
That's going to really ruin his race.
Who's up into P2?
Dan stayed out. And now he's jumped Ads.
This could be interesting.
It's risky, put it that way.
Yeah.
So, Gary, no. Right, that's no. I
No,
straight out refuse.
I'm not going to take any images that I don't have the approval to use.
Yeah, yeah. I think I'm gonna refuse that one there, Gary. I'm sorry.
Yeah, absolutely. I wouldn't do that to you, uh, Cruiser. I don't think it's fair.
No, to be honest, I
Gary's
don't
a
really
different
have
story.
anything. Yeah, there's an
Yeah.
abundance for him, but
Oh
I,
dear.
I don't really have anything to be honest. So, by the way, yeah, any suggestions for what it should be for me? Post it in the Twitch chat or give David any suggestion.
Um,
No, it's not the one you're thinking of, Cruiser. It probably isn't, but I'm still gonna say no. Actually, tell what, right, Gary, what one are you talking about? I'm actually interested now. So there you go. We've got a safety car chat. It's what should it should be Rangers themed. Hmm. Come back to me on Saturday after that. I hope to be good on Saturday.
so absolutely everyone but Dynamo Dan is on the soft tyres. We're going to get a sprint race. Quite simply, just a sprint race. Rather annoyingly.
Tijim, yes. Yes. Yeah, Tijim, you win. It's a running joke that we have, and I think it's in the whatever tier lounge I'm in. It's the N'Golo Kante. Oh, fishy. Oh, how have you done that then? It's the N'Golo. Oh, anyway, back to what I was saying about Tijim. It's the N'Golo Kante. It's when he says like the it's mash. I've just seen what you've done.
Oh,
Big up the silver snitch. There we go. Oh dear.
That's
Yeah,
that's woken up the Twitch chat.
We've been completely sidetracked.
and there's the comeback.
There it is. Right, as C. Davy says, hashtag silver snitch. Get that in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. We've got 4 laps left of this Italian Grand Prix.
The safety car
Amish Tribe, who
is
leads
coming
the
in.
way, and the safety car is in. Silver Side Boy saying, oh, okay, well, that's a bit rude. But
Yeah.
we're about to get back underway.
Yeah, we'll see the advantage that these soft runners have over the medium runner. That is Dynamo Dan. AMS Drive is going to go as late as possible.
And he's gone.
He has gone, and Ads has already got the jump on Dynamo Dan.
And here comes Object.
Objects can follow him through. He does. He breaks late. He gets it thrown up the inside. Dynamo's going to try and hang it up the inside, but he can't do it. Dynamo Dan losing a couple of positions off the restart. Then
Sam.
Oh,
Sam on the run of his teammate.
Yep, Sam goes a little bit wide. His rear tyre touches the grass. Dan, what are you doing? Let your teammate pass. Let your teammate pass. Ferrari points. Oh dear, Fishy. And
Stop the count.
count back to lap 23. Please. Yeah, the fight.
Anyway.
They're going to be all over the place.
Yeah, good luck keeping up.
Yeah.
3 laps left at the end of this. AMS driving ads.
Oh, Dynamo.
It's game
and
on.
Ellis
Oh,
picking up penalties.
oh. That's Ellis on 6 seconds. He's going to drop out the points.
Oh, he's been absolutely done by this late safety car, and Dynamo Dan. Let's keep the gap to leader up. As we'll see where his 3 seconds will drop him. Currently, it's going to drop him.
Oh, Ads is on him. Ads is on it. In towards turn 1.
Let's have a look from Object Fungus. He gets the
He's
move.
hopped up.
No, he doesn't. There's still 3 laps to go. 2 more chances into turn 1. And of course, 3 more chances into Ascari. Ads now on the back of AMS Drive. And AMS Drive, as always, he's probably been saved by that safety car, you know.
Oh, he's been saved a little bit, but he's still got 2 laps under DRS to try and hold off this absolute horde of cars behind him. And Dynamo Dan as well, he's still up in 5th. I respect him for not giving up, but Sam's losing a ton of time behind his teammate, and now Ellisov on 6 seconds, he's got a lot of time to make up as well. Raza from nowhere, still up in 8th, and he's on for a good finish here as well. But Sam, Raza and Josh, they've really salvaged what they can from this race. And Ads, who was on an alternate strategy to AMS Drive, got jumped off the start, looking to try and steal the victory with just 2 laps left, as further back Flipper gets by Fishy, and I think currently Flipper will finish in the points with the penalties applied, and 2 laps left to go. DRS is activated. It's AMS Drive, Ads, Object Fungus and Ermine. Who's going to take victory here in Monza?
Yeah, it's anyone's game right now of the top 3. Could these guys even fight and let Ermine in with a shout? Dynamo Dan still not been passed by his teammate, and he is probably not going to be particularly happy, though round the outside goes Ellisov.
Oh,
around turn 4. What a move that is.
Absolutely brilliant that from Ellisov.
I didn't even see that coming, to be honest. Hence the camera angle there for lack of it, but that is showing the damage that has been done to Sam's race.
Oh, he's hit him! He's hit him! I just spun him!
Oh, Drive, no! He needs to get out of the way. He has done. Hopefully he's not got rear wing damage. Oh, Drive. Oh, Drive. Oh, no.
Object's on for the win!
Object gets past Ads. This is
playing the RS chicken.
We're on the last lap.
My.
Ermine is going to look at a move into turn 1 on Ads. He's got very little ERS. And Ads is not deploying. Ads is not deploying. What's going on?
I think Ads knows he's in a bit of trouble here, at least with the stewards, because he just late breaking into a Ascari. He just tagged the back of AMS Drive, and it's completely ruined the race for the Alpine, and could have potentially give Object Fungus their first victory of the season on their return, as Dynamo Dan looking for a move on Ellisov in towards turn 4. Just not close enough though, but with Ellisov's penalties, Dynamo Dan and Sam Geno on for a brilliant result here. And Ads, he's going to try and redeem himself in towards Ascari this time, but Object Fungus, he's broke clear of DRS, and I think on the final lap, he's only going to leave 1 lap here in Monza, but it's the lap that counts the most, and that is the final lap.
Yeah, they're coming through Ascari for the last time then. No more drama, please, lads. We've had enough for one day. As Ads gets through it cleanly, Ellisov right behind. Dynamo Dan still sticking to the back of Ellisov. Could he have a look into the Parabolica? No, he couldn't. Any moves late coming? Jock and Libs going side by side into Parabolica. But anyway, we'll drop back to the front as Object Fungus takes a wall. Oh, Ads has hit the wall. Ermine takes P2.
Oh, no.
Oh, this is
Oh my. Yeah.
There's car parts everywhere.
What a race. I think if anything's to be said here, AMS Drive done nothing wrong. Done absolutely nothing wrong in this race. But welcome back, Object Fungus. Welcome back. Yeah, catch your breath. Oh my.
I've still got half my drink left.
Yeah, we got so distracted by my stream profile pic that we forgot any drink redemptions.
Yeah. I'm going to take him
Oh, there
now
we go.
as Yorkie adds
There's
another one to
there's
the.
Yorkie. See Davey saying my teammate carrying, yeah, Object Fungus, 31 points in total. And that I think is I wouldn't say the shade of the past for Object Fungus, but it's what we know him best for. A third place in the sprint and a victory around Monza. Alfa Romeo take it all, adds in second place, but could be in trouble for that incident with AMS Drive, and Ermine taking third overall and second place in the main race. So Ermine going about their business, must be said, and actually taking a very good haul of points in at least around Monza. But Sam Jano, what a performance from him, from 16th up to 4th, and could actually be even more.
Yeah, fantastic drive from both the Ferraris. I'll tell you what, you look at that result from the sprint qualifying, P15, P16, up to a double points finish, and good points at that, a potential podium for Sam Geno. We will wait to see. Of course, these are just the preliminary results. I'm going to say very unlucky to Fishy. He was a resolute defender that race. He made a couple of aggressive moves to the inside, a couple of late breaks going into turn one. But overall, I think he had a fantastic race. He left a space when he was side by side. Yeah, he had a fantastic race as well. Oh dear. Let's.
Well, driver of the day won't be easy, put it that way. So many candidates, and as well a flipper in the chat as well. He's last place on lap one and finished 7th.
Yeah, split a flipper.
Shows
Great recovery drive.
Never give up.
Insert the gif of the man going, never give up.
That doesn't really narrow it down too much, does it?
Yeah. Oh, it's the fisherman guy. He's in.
There we go.
Oh dear. Anyway,
Oh, oh, oh.
but are we about to shame people for not joining?
Oh, I've actually got a message from ads. I don't think they're going to join.
Right.
Ads has said invite Sam to the interview over me.
Right. So.
Will we allow that? I
Yeah,
think
we'll
we're
go with
going
that.
to.
I don't know why I'm looking. I'm not the guy. Oh, why?
Well, I appreciate it.
What's P3? Who is P3? I mean,
Ads was third.
in lieu of ads. Oh, go on then. Go on then. Let's have the Rari up.
There we go. Right, well, I'll invite Sam in, and I think ads knows he's in trouble. So I must say, very,
If he
very
speaks.
sportsmanlike. Very much of sportsmanship move to give Sam the spotlight, and indeed Sam's joined up. So
Has
just
indeed. I've
looking-
got a message of object. I'll just need another.
Get that
invite,
out the way.
please.
oh, well, okay. I sent. Sure, I sent him one. Send him another.
He needs another.
Ah well. And bosh. There we go.
Well, I've frauded myself. This guy was my teammate all of last season. I didn't have him on my friends list. So there you go.
I think
live
that
on
says
Twitch.
a lot.
I've
Oh,
sent
and
a
Object
friend
added me as a
request to
friend. Oh, well.
object. Right.
Yeah, he just added me as a friend as well. Oh, lovely.
Yeah, so, we're just gonna wait. Well, we don't need to wait on Object. He will be last anyway. So, Cruiser, why don't you take it away with interviewing preliminarily the 4th place driver, Sam Geno.
Absolutely. Sam, I just want to make sure that you can hear me okay.
Yeah, absolutely, I'm here.
No words, Sam. What a performance, and it just shows you if you keep out of trouble and you just run your own race, the race will fall into your hands, and indeed, your fate was decided a bit by the safety car, and you took it very, very well.
Yeah, absolutely. Bit of a tough one in sprint. Was running quite well up in about P6 or 7, but I don't know, one of the Mercedes behind just outbraked themselves and tapped me round, so that was that. Yeah, so I started P16, started on the hards, just kept myself to myself. Carnage happened around me. Was gaining a little bit on Ermine, we were fighting the whole way. And then yeah, safety car came out, got boxed in a little bit, lost some positions, but yeah, always got to stay out of the way at Monza, and yeah, I'll take a P4.
As well, especially after the sprint race. I believe you actually had a collision with, don't quote me on this, I think it was with Livs in the sprint race that put you down the back of the field, but obviously it didn't deter you from the main race, and as you said, start on the hards and just hope, hope for any late drama, and very much it did happen.
Yeah, apologies to him. I think he was just a innocent bystander. I'd already been spun round. I was just in the middle of the track, and then with ghosting off, he just got collected. So yeah, it's what it is. Lost my whole front wing and got to drive through for my troubles as well, which was interesting. But yeah, nah, it's all in the past now, and yeah, happy for the people.
So I'm being a little bit distracted here because apparently Object Phone just isn't receiving any invites. So, David, can you try sending him an invite, see if it will work?
Go on, let's do it.
Yeah, as Sam, the final question, obviously heading into Spa next week. Um, Obviously a good result, a lot of momentum on your side, and is Spa a track that you favour, or is it going to be one that you're just going to be hoping for the same result here in Monza?
Yeah, no, do really enjoy it. Just reserved though, so yeah, if I'm able to race, then if I can get a drive, that'd be fantastic. And yeah, look, having a lot of fun next week.
Must be said, I think a few eyebrows have been raised around the paddock, and potentially an opportunity could be on the horizon. But congratulations, Sam. P3, or I would say P4 actually, for the moment, but a potential podium on the cards. But we need to see what happens in the steward's room because AMS Driving adds they came together in the final few moments, and one driver who's suited very well from that, as I pass back over to David, is the P2 driver this evening, that being the AlphaTauri of Ermine.
Yeah, thank you very much, Cruiser, and again, I offer my congratulations, not just as a Ferrari full-timer, but yeah, well done, Sam.
Yeah, thanks, boys.
So, moving on to P2 then, we've got the AlphaTauri driver, Ermine. Ermine, what a race it was today, full of ups and downs. How do you feel about that race?
Yeah, I think in this game this has always been a difficult track for. So I'm kind of surprised I got such a good result.
Yep. So coming into the latter stages of this race, we had we did have that late safety car. Everyone pitted onto the soft bar a Ferrari. Did you sort of just feel like you had to keep up with the guys as they fought for the lead, or did you think about having a proper go yourself and trying to claim the victory?
I thought I was in big trouble when the safety car came out because I was super slow in the corners because I had wing damage from lap 1 and I had to drive the whole race with wing damage from object fungus, but it came out better than I thought.
Yeah, and third and final question for this evening is, I don't know what track it is next week. Actually, I better check this before I ask.
It's Belgium.
Belgium? Oh. Congratulations, you ruined
It's
my...
my
Yes, how do you
my
feel
favorite
about
track
Belgium?
on the game.
Favourite
Yeah,
track?
it's my favorite track on the game.
So are we gonna see some big things next week, do you think?
Hope so.
Yeah. Well, here's hoping. Always a pleasure to get you on the podium. So congratulations to you, Ermine, for your P2. and I'm going to hand it over to Cruiser to interview today's race winner, who's not in a Ferrari, and I am thoroughly disappointed by this.
Still though,
Same.
back in the Italian manufacturer, but I suppose the more things change, the more they stay the same. Object Fungus, welcome back. P1, and it seems like you haven't lost it. You haven't lost your touch.
Oh, yeah. Thank you, first of all. It was very nice to be back for at least this one race. And yeah, it was a very enjoyable race, quali, sprint race, and the main race. I kind of felt like I lacked a little bit of pace compared to the top guys, but still somehow managed to get first due to being a little lucky in the last lap, or penultimate lap. So yeah, I'll still take it. I'm very happy about the result.
Yeah, and I think you mentioned as well a few weeks ago when you dropped down to reserves, you were just getting a bit of practice in, getting a bit of a feel for, I believe it was no assists actually, so makes this victory all the more sweeter. And I think to do it again in an Italian car, I think you might have found your I wouldn't say, what was it say here, your winning formula, especially around Monza.
Yeah, not exactly, sadly. I after the first race of the season, I kind of had to give up with most of league racing and every other kind of racing. Kind of compromised myself to only race like one time a week, sadly not FPRL. And I also didn't manage to get the grind in due to me not having enough time to practice no assist completely. So the line sadly stayed on, but I'll definitely try to improve it for next game and hopefully come back even stronger. Yeah.
And obviously, same question as Ermine and Sam. Going into Belgium next week, all the momentum in the world behind you, off after a double podium, and certainly thinking you want to duplicate tonight's result.
Oh yeah, we'll have to see about that one. I have to. I'll love to race. By racing again tonight, it just showed how competitive the grid, especially this season, is. It's very equalized and everyone is fast, and it was very fun to drive. I'll hopefully drive next week as well and try to somehow get a spot in as a reserve. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
And I think all of us at home are very much looking forward to the next Tier 1 race. If it's anything like tonight, then I say bring it on. But congratulations to Object Fungus, and I'll pass over to David Lawface to round out tonight's Tier 1 broadcast.
Yeah, so as you guys very well know, this is the end of the stream. We offer once again a massive congratulations to the top 3 tonight, and of course Sam provisionally in P4. We'll see how that works out given the time. One thing left to do, Cruiser. Hopefully you've been mulling over it, and I'm sure you will come to the correct decision. No pressure.
Yes, this is going to be tough. There's certainly a few candidates for this one. Obviously, Object on the return, picking up their first victory of the season, and I believe their first victory since Abu Dhabi of season 4. So, or not season, actually, yeah, season 4. Splitter making his case from the back of the field up to 7th at the checkered flag. Fishy drove a very strong race throughout as well. So did Livs. Didn't give up and stuck in there until, unfortunately, they came together at the closing stages. But I don't think I'm going to have many complaints with this one. Is my driver of the day, but of course I'm going to shout out Ads as well for giving this driver the interview slot, and my driver of the day is going to go to the Ferrari of Sam Geno.
Well, there you go. There you have it. Correct choice, in my very, very humble opinion. So yeah,
Humble, biased opinion.
Yeah, a great race from both Ferraris, of course, as well. But this was just such a brilliant race to watch. I hope you guys enjoyed it as well. Join us again tomorrow night at 8 o'clock, where we will be taking the Tier 2s around Monza once again. A sprint format, and, well, of course, Sunday as well. Sunday's the big race in Tier 4. And, well, yours truly will be racing and not crashing in that, I hope. But that's all we've got time for tonight. Thank you very much for tuning in. Check us out at our socials. That's Twitter at FairPlayRL. I get the feeling there's going to be a pretty funny video up on there, if there isn't already, very soon. And, of course, our Instagram, and soon to be TikTok, if I understand correctly. So thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I have been David Lowface, joined by
Cruiser 1872, and me and David are away for a lie down. Tier 1, don't disappoint us whatsoever. Thank you very much for watching, everyone at home, and from all of us here at FPRL, good night.
good night.
I've just